Welcome to Refining Her, the podcast where we go into the unfiltered, unapologetic journey of refining the subconscious mind. I'm your host, Golden Johnson, founder of House of Gold Refining Academy. I make the impossible achievable and challenges solvable. I share my highs and lows, my lessons and tragedies, turning them into practical strategies for refining your mind and mastering your vision. Whether you're an inspiring CEO, a leading manager to a micro team, a compassionate coach, or simply on a quest for personal growth, Refining Her is your doorway to limitless possibilities. Get ready to be inspired, challenged, and empowered to break patterns and ceilings into your next best phase. Join me as we explore the power of who you are and transform you in ways you never thought possible. Together, we'll refine our minds, overcome challenges with ease and grace, and master the art of problem solving, tuning you into your legacy timeline. Get ready for today's episode. Let's go back to about 17 years ago. I was just a little girl living in the city of Toronto, specifically Regent Park. Regent Park was one of the first ghettos of Ontario. I remember moving to this place and having an eerie vibe about it. Come to learn that the school I attended was built over an all-boys school, or so they told me, and the field was built over a graveyard. What does this have to do with the journey of refining? Well, you see, at such a young age, I was exposed to a lot of dark things. Because the neighborhood I lived in had a lot of gangs, drugs, violence, and a lot of lost souls. I've seen things that a lot of children have never seen before. At the time, this wasn't a normal way of living. Compared to now, you probably see more and more negative things out in the world. However, it's almost difficult to experience them, as many of the experiences that we see that are dark are usually on our handheld devices or digital TV screens. With that being said, I would go to school every day and see many, many things out of place. How did I know it was out of place? Well, before that, I lived in Mississauga on the affluent Cawthra Road. And I remember having a safe feeling there. I remember feeling like life was easy. And then I got ripped out of that real quick and dumped into the darkness, what I like to call the void. You see, the darkness is where a lot of things of survival exist, whether that be people who are living in comfort, convenience, pleasure, and reproduction. A lot of people reproduced even though they didn't have the means to give that child a good life. That was my observation. This was my awareness. It was a really dark time. And the years I stayed there, I've seen people go down dark, dark roads and never return. You see, majority of my friends died, leaving me alone in the hallways reviewing lyrics from songs that played over and over again on the radio, just so when the barbecues came up and it was time to party and celebrate on the block, I was able to fit in. You see, music allowed me to fit in Whenever someone asked me about a song, I knew all the lyrics and all the words. I could entertain to the T and know every dance move to that music video. During my time of research, learning, and practicing, all the kids would be playing on the playground. I, however, would be upstairs in the computer room, which was usually off limits without a teacher present. But I always found a way to open doors that were locked. Whenever I saw a locked door, it always left me curious to know what was on the other side. I love walking in places that are unfamiliar because in these places there lies something that is useful. This unfamiliar place would always lead me to a new skill that I can develop, and this specific skill was the art of memory. I was able to use the computer to memorize things for me to fit into society, to fit into social groups, and to also act like everything was okay. As I reviewed music videos and learned the way people walked and talked, I was able to embody this at such a young age, where when people would first meet me, they were shocked to know the creative skill that I had of dance, movement, singing, and lyricism. I slowly then got into the art of music. Although my preferred music to play was classical music, I noticed that it allowed me to remove myself from such uncomfortable and negative environments. Classical music really saved my mind. However, when I was around the groups that where I needed to fit in, dim my light, and act like a normal person, I found myself listening to a lot of mainstream music. I always observe people whenever they sing these songs. Why do they act that way? Why do they say it like this? Why do they talk like that? And slowly but surely, I started to have a new form of how I viewed the world. And this was without the direction of parental guidance and context. I then started to see people fade away and never come back. And that taught me that at any time, you can be gone if you made the wrong decision. This then led me down a path of not talking. I never talked that much, but when I did, it was always happy because what I saw on the media was happy people were loved. And although I wasn't happy, although at the time I wasn't aware of not being happy, I thought it was normal to always be happy. You see, there are powerful tools that we have within our mind, and society uses it against us. It makes us feel inferior, where we have to fit in, where we have to change, mold, and mute ourselves in order to be loved, liked, and accepted. Today, we're going to get into the power of the subconscious mind and how you can use positive affirmations to refine your mindset for success. When I was younger, I would always hear negative affirmations. I would always hear people bullying each other, threatening each other, abusing each other. And in a way, it led me to do the opposite. It led me to think of positive things because this was my way of detaching, my way of removing myself from negative environments. Whenever I heard something negative, I would say something positive over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And it worked. I never really tuned into or embodied the characters that my peers have identified with. I was always the one who was different, odd, left out, isolated, picked last sometimes even. But nobody can deny that I was confident and I had this power within me. Whatever I put my mind to, it was done. Nobody can take that away from me. And that was the power of these positive statements. We can train our brain to believe in our abilities and attract positive experiences. Positive experiences I attracted? Well, I then attracted my mentor. He introduced me to a world of possibilities through music and performance. I got to perform for Nelson Mandela and his wife. I got to go to Parliament and perform for Jean Augustine. She was the first Black woman to achieve deep accolades in the government of Canada. I got introduced to a world of possibilities and traveled at such a young age, all around my gifts. You see, I wasn't privileged enough to go away on family getaways, but I was privileged enough to go away on these getaways due to my skills, whether that be gymnastics, track, basketball. I was always traveling because of my skills, not because of the family I was born into and the opportunities financially that I had. This allowed me to even develop my confidence even more. This is why the subconscious mind benefits from positive affirmations. Our subconscious mind is a powerful force that influences our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. It constantly processes information from the world around us, and it stores memories, beliefs, and habits that shape our perception of reality. My perception of reality is that it can always be bent, and no door is actually locked. There's always a way to get through. That statement alone is a powerful affirmation that can be embedded in a subconscious mind. Positive affirmations have a profound impact on subconscious mind by providing it with new and positive information to process. When we repeat positive statements to ourselves, we essentially plant seeds of belief in our subconscious mind. The same way we can plant a seed of an uncomfortable and negative belief is the same way you can plant a positive one. Over time, these seeds can grow into strong, lasting, positive beliefs that can significantly impact our lives. Let's go back to Regent Park. There was a huge fight that happened. Blood everywhere. Now, I had the opportunity to jump in, but I stood back for a moment and I did a pro and cons list in my head at the time. Because I was aware that there was consequences to our actions, I was really logical with the things I've done. Ahead of my time, you can probably say, at such a young age. I didn't jump in. Over time, all of these people eventually got caught up in a gang war, and most of them did not make it. This is what one single statement of positive affirmations has done for me. It has allowed me to not make unconscious choices just because other people are doing it too. This is how you know positive affirmations are working. One of the best ways to know is that you pay attention to your thoughts and feelings more. As you consistently repeat positive statements, you may notice a shift in your inner dialogue, that inner conversation you have through observation with yourself. Negative thoughts may become less frequent and you may start to feel more confident and optimistic about your abilities. Additionally, you may notice positive changes in your behavior. You may be more motivated to take action, more assertive in your communication, and more open to opportunities. Let me introduce you to how you can start using affirmations in your daily life, all while unlocking energetic points in your body. It's time you understand how the mind-body connection works. These affirmations are designed to ground and connect you as an individual to the physical world, providing a sense of stability, security, a foundation for personal growth. The chakra system is often depicted as a series of 7 main energy centers aligned along the spine, each corresponding to different aspects of physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. If you want to know more about it, I recommend you go down the rabbit hole and see what you find. Here are some affirmations associated with each of these main chakras. The root chakra. Muladhara, I am. This chakra is about grounding and stability. Any affirmation you say I am, you are activating the root chakra. Some affirmations you can start saying is, I am confident in my ability to secure my future. I am able to identify and address my problems with ease. I am confident that positive things are happening in my favor. I am aware of the good things that are working out for me. The sacral chakra, Svadhisthana, I feel. This affirmation is associated with emotions, passion, and creativity. You can activate this center by saying things like, I feel the flow of creativity and allow it to express through me. I feel my emotions a source of power and I honor them as valuable messengers. I feel I am open to experiencing pleasure of refining and enhancing my relationship with my life. The solar plexus chakra, Manipura, I do. This affirmation is linked to personal power, confidence, and self-worth. Something I knew was always activated in me. We all have a personal chakra that's been already activated when we are born on this earth. I suggest you go down the rabbit hole and find out which chakra aligns most with who you are. If you want more information on that, simply send me an email and I can definitely give you some information on the door you should go down to enhance and refine your mindset. Some affirmations you can say, I do what needs to be done to take myself to the next level. I do understand I have a personal power and it's up to me to activate it. I do love the life I'm creating. The heart chakra, Anahata, I love. This affirmation is focused on love, compassion, and relationships. Some affirmations you can say, I love the harmony I am now creating with all beings, and my heart is a center of peace. I love to be grateful for those who surround me. I love attracting healthy relationships. I love to be open to giving and receiving love and abundance. The throat chakra, Vishuddha, I speak. This affirmation is associated with communication and self-expression. Some affirmations you can say, I speak and express my thoughts and feelings with clarity and authenticity. I speak power over my words and communicate with integrity. I speak unto others with love and understanding. The third eye, Ajna, I see. This affirmation is related to intuition, wisdom, and perception. This chakra center is usually blocked due to poor quality of diet, sleep, and the type of music frequencies you listen to. The third eye chakra affirmations you can say, I see my best outcomes happening in divine order. I see myself receiving insight and visions that guide me on my path. I see positive outcomes happening in my favor. I see my vision and clear day even through obstacles and challenges. I see solutions when problems arise. The crown chakra, Sahasrara, I understand or I know. This affirmation is connected to spiritual awareness and higher consciousness. Things you can say to activate this crown chakra is, I understand where I came from is not where I will end up. I understand that the path I am on is protected by divine. I understand and trust the higher purpose of my life. I know that this life is the best life I can create for myself. I know and I am aware that all I have to do is put my full attention towards my guidance system in order to overcome obstacles with ease. These affirmations are used in meditation and energy work to bring attention and intention to each specific energy center in your body, helping to balance and harmonize the overall energy system of the body. Keep in mind that interpretations and practices may vary among different traditions and individuals. This specific one I came to talk more about is in the yogic and spiritual traditions. These are rooted in ancient Sanskrit texts. So for those who want to do more research, just Google Sanskrit text, chakra system, and it will guide you along a path of information that will support you on understanding your body and your mind more. By incorporating positive affirmations into your life, you can tap into the power of your subconscious mind to cultivate confidence, enhance your life, and achieve your goals. Remember, consistency is key, awareness is significant, and action is required. Small steps create big rewards. Keep going, and don't forget about the power you hold within yourself. If today's episode resonated with you and you would like to know more, just remember that this was just an introduction to something massive. If you want to know more about this, simply leave a comment, DM, email, any requests, any thoughts that came up. I would love to hear more about them. Put them in the comments below and I'll definitely address them as needed. Until then, you take care and don't forget about the power you hold. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. I hope that it has given you insurmountable change in your life, new insight and perspective on the timeline you are on. If you want to leave a review, it would mean the world to me, whether it may be on Apple, Spotify, or simply Facebook or LinkedIn. I would love to hear about how this episode and the overall podcast has changed your life. Until then, you take care and don't forget about the power you hold and the journey you're on.